Hello guys, here finally we have a Secrets of Strixhaven Precon deck. In my case, Prismary no, Artistry, no, Prismary deck, the Prismary deck. I'm going to say it like that. I'm going to say it in that way. Why I choose this one? Because even when even more people saying that you should go for another one. Actually, I think this for me. Uh, in the way I want to play it. I want to change the ways I play. Because this one still have red, and my other two decks are red. The Belo and Bandasa are red decks, and the one is red and blue. This obviously changed a lot because my other two decks are red green and red green white. So obviously, I will still have it like a lot of explosive game mode that the red use normally gives you, but now we have some of the control. I don't know how actually the blue deck the blue color work. I mean, I have played against some blue decks, but they're normally like blue, white, black, and something like that. Where I have seen these new decks now doesn't have the booster box. Yeah, the booster. No, the collector bundle. And you know normally these decks have like a booster pack with two cards. This one doesn't have it. It's sadly how the precon decks. I don't have a lot of time playing Magic the Gathering, but I have seen or no or seen in people who have a lot of time playing the how the precon deck have been decreasing of what they give you. And yeah, for example, in December I opened the Pandasa deck, and in that deck you have another version of the commander. Bella doesn't have it, so those two pickups have like 2 years or 1 year middle difference, so that you can see in that way. And now from Bella to this one, talking about the oldest to the newest precons that I have bought, this one doesn't only have the precon deck. Well, obviously we still have the counters. That's good because until I know this deck, you can see here in the box is cast explosive spells, create elemental attackers. For what I know, well, we can see here Ruta. Here we have the commander Ruta, the mastering the moment. Legendary creature or sorcerer. At the beginning of your combat, at the beginning of the combat of your turn, if you have cast an instant or sorcery spell this turn, create an XX blue and red elemental creature token with fire and haste, where X is the greatest mana value among instants and sorcery spells you have cast this turn. So, how I said before, is the reason why I think this deck is good for me because I normally play red, and something that red have is like these explosive stuff like blasphemous act, for example, collective inferno. Those sorcery spells. I mean, stuff that is big and it's powerful. So I think the idea of this one is like cast a big spell. That spell makes a token equal to the value. So I don't know if you have can cast 5/5 token in turn 3 and have haste and flying, so it's really too hard to block. Or even yeah, you can easily have powerful tokens for attack. So you with your deck. Until you know, the deck is made quickly for cost reducers. Generic cost reducer. If a spell you want to cast is going to I don't know, maybe 7 mana cost. It's going to be now 5 mana cost. Thanks to the other card you have to play. I like that. I think that it's really nice. I mean, it's still based on combat, but also it's based on spells. So for at least for me, it's kind of cool. A lot of people, a lot of people is going to Wither Bloom or other decks. Yeah, here it's what I said. For example, the green is like Fury Chaos and Deficit. No, Decide and Intellect. Intellect. Is what I meant when I would say that at least I still have red. We have here Ruta Mastering the Moment. In the other commander model, the ever changing legendary creature elemental other shapeshifter. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell, model becomes a copy of to one target legendary creature you control until the end of the turn, except if it has Mirad. Mirad? Right, and now we go to the cards. This Paris Sky Painter. People say you could have really nice cards, and others they even are new. You should wear it out like this one. I think until I know people say that this card is not good for the deck, and it's the reason why people saying that this deck is actually not that good. That you have only to bot and upgrade it a lot. The more focus mage is the one who have prepared. Yeah, the ones who are prepared. Yeah, instant and sorcery spells you cast cost one generic less to cast. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell with mana value 5 or greater from your hand, this creature becomes prepared. And when it's prepared, you can use the other spell, which means Brain Gazer sorcery. Target player draws X cards. When X is the value of the generic mana you play. Nice. Late, late Morph Composer, Free Flocking, Prismary Pianist. I think these are the new ones. Yeah. Renegade Bull, Coastal Peak, and now we go to the dual lands. Yeah, these are the ones. And Scorcher Hazer, Turbulent Springs. Now we got the reprints. Yeah, those were the new cards. Because we have I heard it was expensive. Fairy Mastermind, Fairy Roach has flash and flying. Whenever an opponent draws their second card each turn, you draw a card. For 3 generic and 1 blue, each player draws a card. Change reaction, determinate iteration, harmonic prodigy, Fable Passage, Archer, Archer Emeritus, Rising Borrower, Crazy Crafter. We have, I don't know this card, I don't know if they are like new, or reprints, I'm not sure. Replication, Thunderclap Drake, yeah, this one is a. Alright, is the Bloomberg art? I really thought it was going to be the another art, alright. Chaos Rap, yeah, this one is the other art. The Bloomberg one with the raccoon. Creative Technique, Course Mirror, Dance with Calamity, Cold Spot Dragon, Monoform Icon, Mirror Wind Dragon, Barak and Asari, Redoubled Storm Singer, Rihanna, Reinforcing Refrain, Surge of Victory, Twin Flame, Volcanic Salvo, World Class Telcher Engineer. Nah, oh, these are misprint or what? Yep, you can see here. Catholic Prismary, Magna Opus, Prismary Command, Beras. Oh, that's something Necrom. That's nice. I think now these are like. Oh, the Crimson art is pretty nice. This one. Soul Ring new art is pretty cool. Command Tower, Prismary Charm, more lands, Stormfrog Expanse, Another Galu, Arcane Denial, Deep Analysis, Shift Reality, Rescope, Treasure Cruise, a very big score, Mana Gazer, Storm, Killing Artist, Tears of Chaos, Volcanic Torrent, Flower Stone, Lighting Waves, Creativity, Talisman of Creativity, Molten Tributary, Mystic Sanctuary, Pile of History, Prismary Campus, Rock Tower. That was a good reprint. Tip of the False God. I don't know why they put here this one. Your generic islands, your mountains. Now where are the tokens? I want to see the token art. I can see a lot of videos about this deck, but right, that the Simulacrum fell and drops. All right, now let's go for the token. That I want to do the tokens actually. We have elemental token. We have two, three. Oh, wait. Copy token, elemental token with XX, flying haste. You have another elemental token. This one is 1/1. All right. In the other side is Pixarian Mirror. It's a 2/1 artifact. I think it's based on, I don't know where is that card now. Dragon Illusion. That's another token. Elemental token again. Elemental token. Dragon Illusion. Elemental with a 4/4. Treasure token. Manifest and elemental token. All right. That's a pretty. I don't know how to say it. Interesting deck. Yeah, I think the word's interesting because I'm saying that I hate this deck because I haven't played it, and obviously I have saw and I have viewed a lot of content based on this deck before bought it because there's another four decks to choose. We have fighter, yeah, this one another four, so you can actually have a big section of precons deck to choose if you want to play. You want to buy one of these ones. So what I suggest, if you like spell singer, until I know this one, this well, this basically is like a spam high spells for obviously make the big tokens, and those big tokens are able to attack in their turn because yeah, it's hard fly and haste. So it's pretty difficult. It's going to be pretty hard that your opponent is not going to be able to block that flying creature. Unless they have something that they remove flying from all your creatures, something like that, or something with reach, another thing with flying. Otherwise, it's going to be pretty hard to your opponent deal with your tokens in middle game because obviously they're going to be I don't know maybe 8 mana each turn. And, I mean you're going to be able to tap for 8 mana in that each turn, so you're going to be at least 4 5 tokens with flying haste each turn, at least one new. So yeah, you're good. I'm sorry. You can become pretty quick into a big threat for the board if they left you like you cast your spells. Maybe you are playing spell that doesn't affect the other players, so they don't see you like a threat in that moment. But once you go to battle to combat phase, you say, "Well, now for Ruta, I can create this 9/9 flying haste token." Damn. So what I think of this deck, in most person that I would like to say that it's a 9 from 10 based on precons. I mean, the reprint value is pretty high. That's something I already know. I have to say it because it's something. It's a fact. I have to say it. The reprint value is pretty high in this precon. I think in the other precons, the reprint value it's actually pretty high. That is something good. But I don't know. Maybe I would like to see something else. I mean, you have some to be aggressive and control, but I think that you're playing like green red, but the green feels weird, and now it's blue because you have like the control of this blue stuff. You have like the most particular stuff of the blue that is like control. Well, they didn't give us any counter spell in this deck, or maybe no anyone I have. Maybe one of the maybe one card is able to counter, but you have like to do more stuff and like the counter like you counter target spell. We don't have one of those in this case. I think it will be a good something good This has something I have to say. They will have no counters, and we know that normally the blue color is normally relation is very familiar. Like it's based no, is this yeah. Normally when you see a blue player, you know, well, the other that guy is going to have things to counter or to avoid to me to the things to play. So I think it's more based on the fury, but in the I think it's more like intellect from blue in the way that you are able to pay less for your sorceries, but having the chaos of the red is pretty nice. Maybe I have to upgrade this deck. I mean, that's some cards that actually I don't feel very comfortable in this deck. But still, for now, that's all. It's nice to see you all, guys. I promise now I will try to make more videos. I have done something that is going to, is was like something essential for make my video how to feels to change from one city to another. I want to make that video because that's something I want to say from the bottom of my heart. But I didn't have I haven't do a thing yet until now the day about this precon. I the same day I do I did that thing that draws the line between my old self, the ones who play Pokemon, and the one and my new self who doesn't play Pokemon. Because in this case, my TCG I left is Pokemon. Star Wars later because but that one because there's no place to play in my city. But the actual TCG I left is Pokemon. Well, I think that's how guy. I mean, I don't want to say more stuff in the video that it doesn't make sense. So thank you guys. I hope you enjoyed your decks. If you bought one or two or three or even the five decks from this expansion, these decks are pretty cool. I hope you enjoy, guys. So goodbye.